Welcome back, YouTube. Today we could get out here and we could cook up some chili and beans and show you one of my recipes on it. The way I do one of them, I do it many different ways. But here, instead of hamburger meat, got ground up deer burger that I ground up in there on a little small grinder I got, and got some pepper, black pepper, red pepper, some tomato paste, chili powder. I usually use kidney beans, but in the cabinet in there I just had chili beans today, so we have to substitute it for the kidney beans. Got some tomato juice, got some onions there, diced up pepper, and some little bit of diced up celery. So, but we could get out here today and cook us up some chili and beans just like the cowboys used to make. And had a new pressure cooker sent to me by one of my subscribers, or one of the subscribers to the channel, and he said I didn't need to mention his name or anything on the video, but I sure appreciate it. I didn't think it would be quite this big, but anyhow, we could try out the pressure cooker here today. It's 14 quart, and he messaged me a while back, and I'd got in touch with him, and I noticed it would be coming, but I didn't know it was going to be this big, and I didn't know it was going to be new. I thought he might have been sending me one that he had around, but this here arrived new in the box. Anyhow, I sure appreciate it, and I'm going to use it, and he said that if I used it, he'd know who the one was that I'd be talking about when I'd be using the cooker there. But anyhow, we could try this out and see how I do on it. First time I ever cooked with a pressure cooker. I read up a little bit on it. Anyhow, we could do this chili and beans and see if we can make it just like the cowboys used to make, and see if we can make a puppy pull a freight train with the smell. Anyhow, this is the Go Wise USA pressure cooker, and I had put it on saute and hit the adjustment button to medium heat, and it's the ceramic pot. But now I'm gonna go ahead and, since I got it on saute, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my deer burger here to it and let it saute for a while. I don't know how much deer burger I got, Sam. Probably 4, maybe 5 pounds. Now this is some that what me and the wife had made up last year. I keep hitting the side there. I wanted to do that and break the blade. And what I do is I make up the deer burger or deer sausage. I'll go by the grocery store and I'll either get beef fat or hog fat, according to which one I'm making, pork fat, whichever one I'm making, either sausage or deer burger, and I'll grind it up and mix it together. Little grinder I got in there. But we could go ahead and get this out the bowl here. Let it be sauteing in there. I don't think there could be a lot of juice because I don't think I put a lot of fat in this deer burger whenever we was grinding it. If you notice, I'm using a plastic spoon. That's a habit my mama got me into. I remember when I was a young boy, I'd be cooking and I'd be in there scrambling some eggs or something. I'd have a steel fork or something. Mama holler in there, she'd say, I hope you got a plastic spoon or a plastic fork in there doing that with. You be broke the glaze on my pan or on my pot. So that's kind of what's got me in the habit of doing. I'm pretty sure though I ain't gonna break the glaze on this ceramic or scratch it up. Still yet I'm gonna use a thick plastic spoon here. But I don't see a whole lot of juice coming in there, so I know I didn't put a lot of fat in this whenever me and the wifey was making it up last year. And yeah, I was reading on this panel here, this thing will do rice, multi-grain, porridge. I guess porridge is another word for grits. We just call it grits here in the South. Steam, saute. That's the other word I was looking for earlier. Saute, that's I guess another word for sear. Soup, meat stew, beans, chili, poultry, yogurt, egg maker. Only thing about that egg maker, my wifey's done been checking this thing out, and I ain't mind if she does some boiled eggs, deviled eggs, or what, but almost had a fly run through there. You better go on. But anyhow, long as she don't make no balut. Balut is a fast food in the Philippines. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's made with an egg, and as long as she don't be up in here making no deniguan. But if this thing would make what one of my co-workers he used to call it dog on a log. But what it was pork, either beef on a stick, like a shish kebab they made in the Philippines. And he was stationed over there doing NAM. And he'd spend some time in the Philippines, some time in I think Taiwan. They keep moving him around to different places. Taipei or somewhere or another. I'm not sure the other places. But anyhow, they moved him around over there. And he loved that thing. They wouldn't let them off the base, he said, but ever so often the people from the outside could come in and bring stuff in for them to buy, knickknacks and food and stuff. Anyhow, we go put some salt in there, put some pepper in there, cause that there's done got good and brown, done cooked. Slip a little bit of red pepper in there while the wifey ain't out there looking. Red pepper don't want to come out the shaker too good. We can slip a little bit of red pepper in there while she ain't got her eye on us out here. She's done been looking at this pot and see what and all she can do with veggies in it. Well, we ain't want to give it too much of a kick, but I like a little bit of kick in my chili and beans. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add some chili powder in there. They make chili powder in the packs too, that you can buy already in the pack and just mix it, but a lot of time I just buy the powder in the little canisters. I'm going to mix it kind of heavy, where I'll have a lot of that flavor in there off of the chili powders, and seems like it's kind of stopped up. But anyhow, we working with what we got. don't know where my camera woman is. She should be out here sometime holding this camera for me to do this stuff. But you can do this in whichever order you want to. I'm going to go ahead and add these chili beans in there. Usually, like I said, I use kidney beans. Kidney beans are a little bit more firm, and you can cook them for a little while. But these here are much more soft than what the kidney beans are. But usually the red kidney beans or dark colored kidney beans I use. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 cans of this in there because I got probably 4 or 5 pounds of deer burger in there. Go ahead and add these chopped peppers in there. Bell pepper. Put them in there. A little bit of celery. I don't all the time use celery. The wife, you wanted some celery in there. So celery, whichever one you want to call it. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. Okay. Got all that in there. I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato juice. Now, a lot of people do tomatoes in theirs, but I like to use the tomato juice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this come to a boil or a simmer. And once it comes to a simmer, then I'm going to add my tomato paste. And I hope this can's big enough because it's the only can I had in the house. And what that tomato paste will do while it's simmering, that tomato juice will be kind of runny. That tomato paste will help to thicken it up where it won't be so runny and all that in the stew. And what I'm going to do today, since we're cooking with a pressure cooker, I'm going to wait after I get it done to put the onions in there. And that way you kind of have the onions won't be all the way cooked. After I take the lid off, once the stew gets done, then we'll add the onions. So that's the way I'm going to do it. Anyhow, hang on, let this come to a simmer. Alright, I went ahead and put the tomato paste in there because it's hard to hold the camera with one hand and try to dip the stuff out with the other, but you can see the tomato paste right there. And I'm going to just stir it a little bit. Kind of mix it up some in there where that tomato paste will start dissolving. And that'll thick that juice up some. Then I'm going to cover it with this lid and see where it goes from there. But every time I cook one of these chili and beans, it reminds me that years ago we had a banker from the beach that would come out there and hunt with us. And there was only 4 or 5 of us out there one day. It was during a weekday. It was cold. And we got out the tree stand. And I took some hamburger meat and stuff out there. And I just decided I was going to cook. And I was at the shed cooking, me and my brothers. And didn't even know he was out there. And he come riding by and he saw me cooking. And it was smelling good. And he said, I think I'm going to stay here and eat with y'all. I said, sure, you're welcome, man. And I got the chili and beans done. And he fixed him a bowl of it. And the first thing he did was grab that spoon, and you could still see the steam rolling off of it like that there. And straight to his mouth with that spoon he went. And he got ready to go. He said, man, he said, I'm going to tell you. He said, I had never ate chili and beans before. He said, I got to get my wife to learn how to make that. He said, I'm going to tell you. He said, there ain't nothing like that country cooking that y'all do. He said, but I didn't taste much after the first bite. He said, because I didn't give it time to cool off. And he says, it burnt my tongue. I said, man, I said, chili and beans is like grits. I said you got to kind of take it easy at the start and just kind of ease into it. And just take little sips at the start and blow it and give it time to cool off, because chili and beans stays hot for a while, and so does grits. You just don't go there and grab up a spoonful of it and start swallowing it down. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and cover this with the lid and turn it on the chili and bean cycle. But I got it locked on pressure. When it gets done, I'll let the steam off. Got her locked down, so we're just waiting on it now. Okay, it took me a minute to get this thing figured out. I kept hitting the cancel button until I got it figured out. But what I did, I went to cancel after I got through sauteing. Then I went up and hit the chili and beans. Then I quickly had to go to adjust, and I turned it down to low. Then I had to go down and hit the pressure time, either up or down. 25 minutes is as low as it would go, and that showed me the pressure reading, and the timer is clicking down. And I hear kids made it out in the yard, but as soon as we get done, we'll show you what we got. Well, I guess it's counting itself down to cut off, down to less than 1 minute there. It cuts itself off, and I'm going to try to release that pressure lid with a pressure valve. I've been anxious to see what's up under that lid. That's the only thing I keep peeping under the lid while I'm cooking on the other pots and stuff, but this here, it locks itself down. There we go. Now let's see how it does when we release the pressure valve. Okay, it's getting dark. Let's see what happens when I release this pressure valve, and then we'll have to go in the house to finish up the video, see what comes out. Still got to put my onions in there, but let's see if I turn this thing. There we go, she's letting off the steam. Guess it's kind of hard to see, it's almost dark out here. I'm getting the hang of it there. We'll let this finish and we go in there and we'll see what we got. Alright, y'all gonna have to pardon the mess, but we just had to come inside to finish this video. And I'm anxious to see how it turned out under this lid. See if it'll unlock. Yeah, so the pressure's left off. There we go. See what we got under here. Where's my spoon? Looks good to me. Right. Got the beans in there. And this lighting in this house, it turns everything a brownish or a yellowish looking color. So you had to pardon the light. But I know what I forgot to do. I wanted to put my onions in there while it's still hot, because I didn't want them cooking all apart while I was cooking. So I'm going to put them in there and stir them a little bit and just let them kind of sit in there and simmer. But anyhow, that there's the chili and beans. And I wish that I had a big can of the tomato paste to put in there to make the juice just a little bit thicker, but I'll get it a little bit better next time. I think my subscriber that had sent this, the cooker. And I thought I'd get out there and do some chili and beans since the weather's cool. And got some few people coming over to eat and enjoy a little bit. And I just want to thank y'all for subscribing and watching the channel. But we could sit down and have us a bowl of it. And till the next time, thanks for watching. Be safe and God bless.